19 days until I race Kosciuszko 50k and 20 days until Christian races 100. So we're out here doing a little bit of a recce weekend, just spending 2 days up the mountain and running some of the trails. Staying down in East Indy. Gonna run through like what the trails are like. We've got some of the aid stations and where you can have like your support crew. And yeah, just getting a bit of an insight into what those trails look like, which parts are technical, and yeah, some of the views that we're gonna see on race day. So we'll start with today. We've just got down the mountain, and basically today we've run from Ngarigo campground along the river trail to Thredbo, run Dead Horse Gap, up to Eagle's Nest, and then down to the finish line. Yeah, it's a really nice section of the course. We clocked 25 Ks for the run. And it's, yeah, kind of like a deceivingly hard section. So I'll pop in some of that footage and then, yeah, just put in as much detail as I can to hopefully help you out and, yeah, just prepare a little bit for race day. And then tomorrow we're going to do another section of the course. So then I'll pop that in there too. So when you're entering Kosciuszko National Park, you just have to buy a pass. So you can either get a day pass, which is $17, or you can buy like an annual pass. So for a year, it's like $190, depending how long you're going to be staying. So you can either do it on the way, you can do it in town, in Jindy. You can do it on the way up the mountain. There's like a little drive-through ticket office. They'll only sell the day passes, or you can just jump online and you can get it all sorted out there too.
You didn't have a little massage
board? There's a coach board there though. It's not. Slippy. Yeah.
This last year was honestly a waterfall. Like
This section's like pretty rolly too, hey?
Sorry?
This section's pretty rolly. Like rolly?
Rolly. I was trying to figure out what you said. Yeah. Yeah, so the undulating. Mountain bike.
Are you touring anyone? I remember last time I like stopped here with Christian and I waited at these bathrooms and someone was in there and they're like, there's portaloos right here.
Nah, the contractor's here.
Hey. Just straight, yeah. Oh, it's so bright. Yeah, let's get it.
Tom's gone. Were they losing their mind that I was on the phone while I was running down? Just organising a lift home. What if... Morning. This guy come past on your right. More nervous about the down than the up now. Just falling with style. What was that one? Cool, Tom. So you got third here at Kosci last year.
Yes.
You're not running this year, but what tips do you have for everyone with this descent at the end?
The descent at the end, it's a lot harder than it looks on paper. Everyone thinks a nice downhill finish will be nice and crazy, but this one you're lifting the knees up the whole time. I think key tip is just look for where the trail's nice and smooth and you don't have to lift your knees too high. A lot of people will be cramping that late in the race, so if you can minimise how much range you're going through, it'll help keep those cramps at bay, I reckon. And like descending just comes with practice as well. So if it's your first time racing, I reckon just do your best to enjoy it. There's gorgeous views, and then practice on your trails at home, and you'll get faster as you practice.
Nice. So you definitely fly down the hills compared to most, but what are your tips for the entire race and pacing?
I think this one can go both ways. I've seen people take it out real hard at the start and manage to hold on, but they're really sweating towards the end, and then I've seen other people run really conservative and then just really just absolutely gun it from Thredbo for the last 15. I don't think there's the best way to run it. I think so long as you know it's going to be nice and hot and hard at the back end and you're mentally prepared for that, then just run to your zones and just see what happens, I reckon.
Enjoy the views up the top. Awesome.
Yeah, if I'm not running down like this and just in the hurt locker. But yeah, no, it's gorgeous up there. I think there's something different about running up in the mountains here. Like the views are just so grand, especially the ridge lines. Like just before you hit Eagles, it's like you can be hurting, but like just take a moment to look around because there's not many other places like this.
Cool. Thanks heaps.
No worries.
So the main takeaways I got from today were this river trail is quite an exposed section of the course, and it does get quite hot. So if it is sunny, it's definitely a place where you want to stay on top of your hydration and just get down the water and the food that you need to get down. And because it is a slight uphill the whole time, I think you probably think you should be running faster than you are, but I would say probably don't even look at your pace. You just really want to go a feel for this part because you've got this river trail, and then from Thredbo, you've got some more trail, and then you've got that climb up to Eagle's Nest. And that's a real kicker. You're so deep into the race at that point, and you're not going to want to feel like taking on your nutrition whilst your heart rate's super high going up this climb. So you really want to make sure that you've got all of that sorted and you're on top of it before you get there. Next thing would be the from Eagle's Nest down Merritts Trail to the finish line. It is quite a technical downhill, so have a little bit of self-preservation. It can be so easy to like roll an ankle or something when you are that close to the finish, and you are so close, so you really don't want to jeopardize that. So, you know, go hard, go fast. There's going to be other people around, like you're going to have to be cautious of that, but just be aware that you still need to make it to the finish, right? So don't hurt yourself. Make sure you've fueled up so your brain's in a good place and you know what you're doing, and ultimately just get to that finish line. So it was pretty pretty chilly starting today. There was a like fresh dusting of snow overnight. So once we got up to where we started, it was quite chilly. My hands don't work on my camera. My thumb's too cold. So today for our run, it started with Christian and Brock just at the top at Perisher, and then basically they're going to run Charlotte's Pass, and then we just kind of split and I came down that long descent down into Bullocks Flat. So basically the start of the race, you're up at Perisher, you do 7Ks up top, and then you kind of start heading out to this long downhill, and then the downhill goes for 10Ks. So it was actually super fun. I forgot how like kind of flowy and nice it is. 10Ks feels like a long way, but when you're running and you're concentrating, yeah, it's a blast. So kind of on the trail, there's lots of getting up to it. There's lots of like little rock, it's like a rock path. So it's not hard to run on, but you definitely just have to keep your eye out and kind of stay concentrating on what you're doing. And then once you start your descent, it's just like a nice single track dirt trail. There's a few like rock stairs that you go down. There's quite a lot of metal bridges that you cross. These are super grippy though. And then there's a few like metal staircases as well. So just being aware that those are coming up. And yeah, kind of every kilometre along the way as well, there's a trail marker. So you'll see it and it'll be like 9Ks of Bullocks Flat, 8Ks of Bullocks Flat. So if that's something that helps you, definitely keep an eye out for those. But yeah, otherwise it's super easy to navigate. You can't get lost. And yeah, once you get to the bottom, you're in Bullocks Flat, and this is basically your first aid station where all your crew can pass you off your drinks or your gels. And yeah, it's kind of enough distance if you're like your family and your friends want to see you at the start of the race. They can see you off there, and then they can drive around, come down here, and crew you once you get here. So this is like 18Ks. And yeah, it's just a super open car park. It's the ski tube to get up to the snow in the wintertime. And yeah, from here you just jump onto the river trail, and you're basically following that river all the way up until Ngarigo campground, which is where we started yesterday. Alright, so I just wanted to go through the aid stations and where you can kind of have your crews helping you out. So I'm just going to go off the website. So we'll start at Bullocks Flat. Bullocks Flat is at 18 kilometers, and you can definitely have crew there. Basically, you do this long descent down, and then you do like a little circle, and then you head back out on the trail. So that little circle is where you can have your crew. At each of these assisted aid stations, they'll usually have like a cordoned off area, and your crew will just wait behind like a tape. And then when they see you coming in, they can duck in, they can give you your bottles, your gels, whatever you need. And then, yeah, you just basically keep running through. So Bullocks Flats, you can definitely have your crew at that one. The next one you hit is Ngarigo Campground, so 25.7 Ks. Now, this one is an unassisted aid station. It's a bit too small to have lots of people gathering there. But there will still be bathrooms. You'll still be able to get water. And they're going to have food there too. So something that Kosci does is they stock NAC products. But obviously, if you're not used to a certain brand of nutrition, I'd probably just stick with what you know. Make sure you've got your own nutrition on you and just use that. And there's always great volunteers at all these too to kind of hype you up along the way. Next one, Village Green, so 37.2 kilometers. This is assisted, so same thing as Bullocks. They'll have a cordoned off area. Your crew can wait there, hang out. There'll be lots of water and food. And they'll see you come through, pass you off what you need, and then you can keep going on your way. Next one is Eagle's Nest. So this is kind of just after the peak at 47.3 kilometers. So again, this one isn't unassisted, and it's just saying like it's a water point. Still got bathrooms, and it is sometimes a good idea to fill up your water here. Being at altitude can definitely make you thirstier than if you weren't. And it is super close to the end, but you do have like quite a technical descent coming. So if you are feeling thirsty, I definitely recommend stopping, filling up, even taking on like another gel or whatever you use for your nutrition before you start the descent, just so that you're not tripping over yourself and you're not getting to the end super gassed. And then, once you get to the finish line at 51.2 K, so keeping in mind it's a little bit over a 50-kilometer race, they have heaps of stuff there. You've got water and Coke and heaps of food, and just visualize that finish line.